Terrell Brown.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Judy Sue. We are helping to get you prepared today. Jessica is on the move right now, checking out the road conditions for you. Roz is tracking any trouble spots. But let's begin with Tracy and what is happening right now with this weather. Hey, Trace.
And good morning. Well, when you went to bed maybe last night, you heard about a winter weather advisory that had been issued by the Weather Service. They have canceled that. We're not really meeting the criteria with visibility issues or certainly pouring snow. But what's out there is certainly a nuisance with us here this morning. So we'll take you around. And yes, here's a look at the radar and you can see how we are getting that snow. But it is winding down LaSalle, Morris right now. Still, it is here in the city. It is out toward Naperville, over in northwest Indiana, getting a little bit of a break. So as you look at our future radar, you can see it primarily highlights this snow from the city on southward through the morning. But it's all very, very light stuff. And as far as how much in the way of any accumulation, so if you are getting the kids up earlier this morning, that wait at the bus stop will include some flurries, some light snow, some patchy fog as well. Now, when I was driving in, road surfaces were mainly wet, but let's check in with Roz and see what she's seeing.
Even the city, everybody is out. They're salting, they're plowing where they need to be, pushing that snow off the roads. So it should be fairly decent by the time you get out there. Now, we have had some problems, and you can see we've got the weather layer on over the traffic maps right now, so pretty widespread. What Tracy is saying, we do have that precipitation that's continuing to keep the roadways wet. We had a jackknife semi inbound on the Dan Ryan right around 63rd. The locals are still closed as IDOT crews are trying to clear everything out of there. They did have some of the express lanes closed as well, but they should be reopening very soon, so we will keep you updated on that situation. Very slow traffic on the Ryan now from 75th to 63rd, and it's at least a half an hour at this point. But I wanted to show you a couple different snapshots so you can get an idea. This is the Bishop Ford right around 95th Street, so we're looking at wet pavement. But then we go a little bit farther to the south-southwest, like the Lamont area. This is 355 at 127, and you can see we do have some of this snow off to the side here. So another morning just to give yourself a little extra time and be a little extra cautious out there. Terrell.
Falling right now in the city. Actually, we've kind of changed course, Terrell. We are headed north on Lakeshore Drive. Take a look out of the window. Be keeping an eye on the roads as this morning rush gets going, and we'll check back in with you again in the next half hour. Reporting live on the move, Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Coach is now in the alert center, Tanya.
Judy, this could be a major break in the case. Police are now drove off after the shooting. Again, a man who police say is a person of interest is at police headquarters right now. We're going to continue to follow this breaking news. We'll go live to police headquarters in just 30 minutes. Judy?
This missile from the police department.
Mayor Emanuel is warning Chicago could lose the George Lucas Museum.
For Tracy and Roz.
Very
How are we doing this?
Our snowfall totals, we've already seen an inch of accumulation in a few spots coming in out around Westmont, Clarendon Hills, Downers Grove. I had reports of about an inch of accumulation so far. Most likely we're coming in between 1 and 2 all around the area. Could even be a little sunshine later on this afternoon. So let's take you closer in with the radar. And here you see it is in the city right now, out toward Naperville into Sugar Grove. Closer in, it's Westmont, it's Hinsdale, Elmhurst right now, Elmwood Park, where you're still getting that snow. See a little bit of city right now, out toward Naperville into Sugar Grove. Closer in, it's Westmont, it's Hinsdale, Elmhurst right now, Elmwood Park, where you're still getting that snow. See a little bit of a back edge starting to come through the Sugar Grove area now. But if you are in the Plainfield area, you still have a little light snow there. Over toward Worth, Injustice, you're still getting some of that light snow there, and down into Cedar Lake, Indiana as well. So our future radar still emphasizing mainly south suburbs is where we will see periods of light snow this morning up to the city. The northern suburbs, you're not going to see much more in the way of additional accumulation. You did start with that last night, of course. Over in northwest Indiana, I believe we'll have some lingering light snow into the afternoon, and that's why you could see a little over 2 inches of accumulation there. So really over the next 6-hour period, here's what we are expecting in total, and you see less than an inch far northern suburbs, 1 to 2 city and west, and then we travel farther to the south, and this is what we're looking at, the potential for a couple of inches of snow Peatone, Beecher, over toward Crown Point, Hobart, and Valparaiso. So that's what we're looking at all total. 29 degrees right now at O'Hare, reporting some light snow. AccuWeather Real Feel is 22. It is 25 degrees currently in Richmond, 28 Palatine, 29 degrees over at the lakefront, 28 in Oswego, and 30 degrees right now in Gary. Skies are mainly cloudy, but I do think we will see a bit of sunshine coming our way here later on this afternoon. But I want to talk about the next precipitation event. Not tomorrow during the day, but there you see 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Looks like we'll start to bring in a line of some snow. Most likely will swiftly move through the area overnight into Saturday morning, change over to a period of rain, and then that's it. It's out of here. Light snow coupled with some patchy fog around the area here this morning. Now, this afternoon, we'll still have some lingering flurries and some light snow, especially in northwest Indiana, for probably the first half of the afternoon. And our high temperatures today will head for the low to mid-30s. A quiet day tomorrow. Overnight, Friday night into Saturday, we're looking at a rain-snow mix early. Temperatures going up into the 40s. Sunday looks gorgeous. We bring in some rain, but we bring in some spring-like warmth, too, next week. Right?
That we continue to monitor the inbound Dan Ryan, where crews are still working to clear this jackknife semi from the locals, which remain closed at 63rd. It's causing a big delay, as you can see, all the way back to about 79th right now. Now, Tracy was talking about some of the snowfall in northwest Indiana, so we wanted to give you a snapshot. This is 8094 at the state line, and right now we're just seeing wet conditions, no snow on the pavement, so that's good news for all of you getting ready to head out the door. Back on the Illinois side, we have had a couple of issues. We heard one of the IDOT Minutemen talking about some traffic signals malfunctioning at Armitage at the Kennedy, and traffic very heavy in that area. Now, I want you to take a look at the
Terrell Brown. Weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler. And Roz Varen's traffic. ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 4:30 continues.
And the Washington Post is reporting this morning that the Clinton aide who set up her private email server has been granted immunity by the FBI. The campaign says they are pleased he is cooperating. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Healthcare takes President Obama to Milwaukee today. The city and county won a competition by getting the highest ratio of uninsured people onto new plans under the Affordable Care Act.
Results will be announced later this month.
A big welcome ceremony for a pair of giant pandas.
Now, Tracy.
It's kind of like Terrell. Get me out of here. He wants to be outside,
That's
right?
going to happen later.
Enjoying the weather. Oh, yay. We'll get to see him. All right, here's what we are dealing with this morning, and it is a waning area of some very light snow. Right now here in the city, you can see how it is diminishing in coverage, but from the city down into Hyde Park, into Englewood, we are still seeing that snow. It extends down the Stevenson towards Summit and down toward the Joliet area, too. But our futurecast really highlights it sticking around off and on, especially from the city on south throughout the morning, and in northwest Indiana. You're included in that, too. Our temperatures right now, it's 30 in Cicero, East Chicago at 28 degrees along with Lake Station. It is 28 degrees now in Cortland, 27 degrees currently in Algonquin. So I wouldn't even be surprised as after this gloomy start to our day, we end up with a little view of some sun here during the part of the afternoon.
row interchange, at least one lane is blocked to traffic there. But I have updated information about this Dan Ryan situation. Earlier this morning, jackknife semi inbound at 63rd. It actually jackknifed on top of the guardrail. They had the locals closed for a while. Now they've reopened the locals, but they've got the express closed because there's a lot of debris. This truck, this semi, was carrying 28,000 pounds of candy, which fortunately was contained, but there's still quite a bit of cleanup. They're estimating another 15 to 20 minutes before they can get everything open, but we're looking at some pretty solid delays from before 79th on down to 63rd. Now, just to kind of look around the area, see what the road conditions are like. We're going a little to the southwest. Here's I-57 at the Cal-Sag, and again, we're basically seeing wet pavement. Just be careful out there. Terrell?
Debt payment. Anchorage, Alaska has a problem.
Yeah, they don't have not enough snow for them.
We like having that
Yeah.
problem around here. I'm hoping that this little batch is
Right?
it.
Stays
right?
just like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Opening day is set for May 27th.
It looks really nice, too. A solid win for the Blackhawks.
But more of the same for Alrighty, Mark, thank you. It is 4:54. We're continuing to track the light. Good morning, I'm Judy Sue. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. Let's begin with a first alert.
We are a little closer in. Here in the city, just a weakening area of some flurries, mainly on the south side. You get to Summit, you're seeing some of those light snow showers right now. And it is continuing to weaken, especially in coverage area. Now, our futurecast still has some occasional light snow, especially across the southern suburbs throughout the duration of the morning commute. I think across the far northern suburbs, you're most likely done other than a couple additional flurries here this morning. Our temperatures right now are generally around 30 degrees, although in Huntley it's 25, 27 degrees in Crown Point. Marseille's now at 31 degrees, 30 degrees currently in Coal City. So this morning, we're still going to have some periods of light snow showers and flurries. I am seeing more observations reporting some fog in the area, so we'll keep tabs on that. Some flurries lingering, especially in northwest Indiana this afternoon. But look at this, probably a hint of sun coming out, too. We'll have your complete forecast coming up.
Of the Stevenson and the Dan Ryan. And speaking of the Dan Ryan, that's where we've had a lot of problems because of this jackknife semi. On the inbound side near 63rd, as a matter of fact, our on the move camera, they are on the Dan Ryan right now, and that is causing some delays. We also have some transit issues on the Green Line. This is going to be on the northbound or inbound Green Line, Harlem-bound Green Line trains.
Let's check on those road conditions for you right now. Our Jessica D'Onofrio is live on the move this morning. Jess?
Salting those, but they keep making passes going north and south on Lakeshore Drive this morning. And the city says it will be monitoring the conditions all throughout the morning. We will be doing the same.